Egypt has proposed an initial two-day ceasefire in Gaza to exchange 4 Israeli hostages of Hamas for some Palestinian prisoners. This as negotiations to end the year-long war resumed in Qatar's capital Doha on Sunday. The Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi made the announcement without saying whether the plan has been formally presented to either Israel or Hamas. Sisi said more negotiations will take place within 10 days. Well, Egypt, alongside Qatar and the United States, has for months been mediating indirect talks with little success. The CIA Director William Burns and the Qatari Prime Minister met David Barnier, the head of Israel's spy agency Mossad, to discuss attempts to move towards a hostage for ceasefire deal. This as the families of the hostages continue building pressure on the Israeli government. On Sunday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was heckled during a memorial service in Jerusalem for the October 7th attacks. Bereaved family members of the victims as well as the hostages interrupted his speech with shouts of "Shame on you." Meanwhile, Israel continues to pound Gaza, while also fighting the war against Hezbollah in Lebanon. The Gaza Civil Defense Agency said Israel struck a school building sheltering displaced Palestinians on Sunday, killing at least 9 people. In total, at least 53 people were killed across Gaza in the last 24 hours, including 46 in the north. On the other hand, at least 21 people were killed in Israeli airstrikes on 3 different areas in southern Lebanon. That's according to the Lebanese Health Ministry. This as global calls for restraint grow. The UN Security Council will meet on Monday at Iran's request, with Tehran calling on the body to condemn the recent Israeli strikes that killed 4 of its soldiers. Well, our correspondent Jodie Cohen elaborates on the chances that the peace talks presently underway in Doha will succeed.
Egypt has proposed a new deal which reportedly involves a 2-day pause in the fighting in exchange for the release of 4 hostages. Now, Saudi media have quoted a Hamas official as saying that Hamas would reject Egypt's proposal, but there are other reports that suggest that Hamas would accept if it incorporates a full ceasefire, which that is not included currently in Egypt's proposal. Now, talks have been stalled for the past 2 months, and Washington had blamed Hamas head Yahya Sinwar for that. But now that Sinwar has been killed, there's a renewed push for a deal. The main sticking points, however, remain. For example, Hamas is still demanding that Israel completely withdraws from Gaza. Now, that would leave Hamas in power, which is unacceptable to Israel. Defense Minister Gallant has said that not all of Israel's war goals can be achieved militarily, and Israel, we know, has offered its own proposal, which is safe passage for Hamas leaders in exchange for Hamas laying down their weapons and releasing the 101 hostages. And we know that Israeli negotiators are going to be in Doha this week to discuss next steps with the mediators.